a nice set of bastards here. So I'm thinking like you guys will, Anyway, we're now live.
We can't.
Hello.
Love means nothing to me. But anyway,
We can't
Well,
talk
you're
about
right.
Star Wars because I have officially joined the ranks of the Jedi. I worship the Force, so we can't talk. No, I'm just messing with you
Now,
guys.
hey,
yeah,
I have to say this.
at least
You're
you're
kind of
honest.
surrounded because this is the dark side, so you're kind of surrounded.
Look, at least you're honest. I can roll with that. You're honest about it.
I'm being facetious. I did not join the ranks of the Jedi, although I do like the Jedi.
I am a Padawan. I'm on front.
All right. Well,
I will claim otherwise out of convenience, but I am a Padawan.
to the viewers out there, this is number 41. It may get a little rowdy here. There may be some name calling,
Me,
not disrespectfully, but I'm
me,
pretty sure there will be of a
me,
certain citrus flavor,
me,
maybe since we got Kenoshi.
me,
But
me,
Yeah.
me.
anyway, go ahead, guys, and introduce yourselves, and we'll get Andrea Jularkhan.
All right, fantastic. Hello, everybody. This is Andre Walker, Jewel Archon of Jewel Archon Gaming. Excited about tonight's podcast, first one of the new year. Really excited about a lot of great things that are going on right now for me as well. But got some new content, like I was sharing a few minutes ago. Got some new content coming up for the blog. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Jewel Archon Gaming can be found at jewelgaming.wordpress.com. So check me out. Let me know what you like and subscribe. So with that, I'll pass it over.
And he's one of the guys one of the few people I actually read because he's not just looking for the clicks. It's just real. And I can appreciate that, man. Keep doing what you're doing. Seriously. Don't stop and don't fall to the dark side, as Red Fox would put it.
Appreciate it.
And next up, we got Gilligan Stash, the only guy here that's actually played Breath of the Wild. You bastard.
Is this thing on?
Yeah, your volume's kind of low, though.
Oh, just so you know, I'm using my phone because apparently it works better than I use on a computer. Just, but anyways, this is Gilligan Stash here, and Nintendo is apparently the worst company since Konami.
Can we get the introductions out of the way before we start trolling already?
Yes. Can we please? We got to get through the intros first.
Next up is Kenoshi, and damn it, keep it under control, man.
This is Kanashi Abominito saying that this is the year of 8K. And,
No, you didn't. No,
virtual reality has been a success. Oculus is not doomed. And what else? What other good news is there? Oh yeah, the industry is fine.
okay, you guys do realize this is the intro. This is not the outro. We're not signing off.
I will say this.
fair.
One of my Christmas presents actually was one of those virtual reality headsets.
Oh,
that was fair.
Hold on. Oh, okay.
Was it a real one or like one for your phone?
No. Let's not go into that yet because I got some other shit on with you. But go ahead, Red Fox.
It's me, Mr. Red Fox, the owner proprietor of BS Busters. I'm the guy who does not take BS lightly. When I see it, I try to curb stomp that shit into the ground. So, with that being said, I just decided to bring a little BS busting over here to OGL because, BS is everywhere and you have to fight it. You have to fight it in the streets. You have to fight it on the beach. You got to fight it everywhere. So, let's get it started.
All right. And Perry.
What up, this is Perry Fanson4, local citizen of the internet, here to talk video games. Ready for the year of the Switch. Last year was the year of the Pro. Now it's the year of the Switch.
Oh, shit. All right.
Yeah, no. It was the year of the NX. Now we found out it's actually called the Switch.
Shep, you can bring it in and be the only person here that's giving the intro that's not trolling. But go right ahead, man, and welcome back. I know it's been busy for you.
Hey, real life. Real life is real life. Let's be real. As much as fun this is just our hobby. Some of us have more time for our hobbies than others. I'll be real. Unfortunately, I didn't have as much time for my hobby last year as I would have liked. But that's okay. I'm going to make up for that lost time. So, Happy New Year's. OGL in the house. If you don't like what you don't like, and if you like what you like, I could give two shits either way. Let's do it.
I like that.
That's a monumental failure. So we'll go ahead and get started. But first, before I go to the first topic, let me say that Shep, I also got one of those VR headsets. I think it's from Belk. Um, but it was one of those VR headsets for a phone. You put your phone in it, whatever. And I was thinking,
Yeah,
of
it was
all the
cute.
things that I could not care about, it that I had to get, it was that.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm up front. I was like, the fuck? But I'm like, wait. They don't know any better. These are not gamers. They were trying. They knew I love tech. They were trying. Because when I first saw it, I'm like, yeah.
I think I may send mine, like send it to Liga Van Duo just to see how he reacts.
You trolling bastard.
No, that's my job, you bastard.
I'm either
I
gonna send
love
it to
driving
him,
them crazy.
I'm gonna send it to him, or I'm gonna send it to Quan, somebody, but I'm gonna send it to him.
Send it. Ooh, send it Quan. Send it Quan. It would drive him nuts. It's
Well, the
perfect.
first topic of the night is your most played or favorite game of 2016. Go first.
Are you sure you want to have
You know,
me do this?
it don't have to be a game that released in 2016. But for you, what was your most played game or favorite of 2016?
You want to know? I'm about to piss a bunch of people off. Okay. Um. Besides Final Fantasy Explorers, because
Well,
I'm a as much as
don't tell me it's No Man's Sky.
I'm not that much of a troll, but I'm gonna troll. You know why? My favorite. If you want to get down, honestly, my favorite game in 2016 is a mobile game, and I'm not even bullshitting you.
Not
Okay.
so bad then. Like,
Final
that
Fantasy Brave
that
Exvius is my favorite game, only because with my current schedule, I have to play games. But to play a game on my cell phone that reminds me of when Square Enix. When Square Enix knew what the hell they were doing, is beautiful. Like this game is a homage. It plays like uh, um, Super NES game with hints of better stuff. Like you could get, if you careful enough, maybe you can get like lightning, and you can get like Noctis was available a week ago. I'm mad. I didn't get Noctis, but Jamie did. I put Jamie from Gamers at Large into the game.
what's this game
Jamie got
called?
Oh
Noctis. I
wow.
didn't.
Yeah, that's how bad it was this year.
What?
He had to play. He had to pick a mobile game.
That is, never mind. Okay, man, that was your
But
most played game of
let me be
2016.
real.
I was about to say it's really sad, but
Okay,
if
for
you
the
enjoyed it, good for you.
No. And that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not telling people. I'm being honest. I'm not recommending this shit to anybody. I'm just saying the sad truth is this: out of the games I've played, that is one of my favorites, hands down.
Okay.
That's just the
That's
sad
what I'm
truth.
saying, man.
I play Star Wars.
I was about to bust your chops, and I was like, you know what? If you enjoyed it, good for you. I'm not even gonna bust your chops about it.
What game is it?
No, it's the damn truth. You know me, I play everything. I lean towards RPGs, but I play everything.
That's why I'm not saying
I can honestly say, thing was mostly garbage. Let's just be real.
that's why I'm not saying anything.
If you're a real overall gamer, if you're honest to yourself, 85% of the games in 2016 was garbage.
That's why I'm not saying anything. That's why I'm just like, you know what? Cool. Do whatever you gotta do, bro.
All
So I
right.
keep it real.
Wanted to ask.
It's garbage, but I loved it because it's free and it's on my phone. I can play Final Fantasy whenever I feel like. Yes,
Yeah.
I can hear you, Gilligan.
It's
Yeah, we can
accessible.
barely hear you though.
Yeah, your volume's like really low, man.
It's
really
very
low.
soft. It's very soft. Yeah, it's very soft.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
God. No.
Okay, well, next up, that's better.
Yeah, it's better. We can
A
hear
little
you. It's
better.
just soft,
Why my
but it's
headset
clear.
sounding like crap?
No, it's clear. It's just soft.
Excuse me.
Well, next up, we'll do Perry. What is your most played or favorite game of 2016?
Uh, well, I went and I looked on both my Wii U and 3DS just to see what the times I got. Can't do that on my PS4 because they don't do that. You can't look up game times. Only like that's only like an in-game feature. It's not like a cross-console
Oh,
thing.
the
It's only in
PS4
certain.
had games in 2016?
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
It actually did.
You
But
trolling bastard.
We only had two. We only
no,
had two games this year.
for Wii U, it was surprisingly. I apparently played a lot of Splatoon and Hyrule Warriors during the summer. I think Hyrule
yeah.
Warriors is my most played of like everything. It's like 482 hours or something like that, followed by Splatoon, and then I think Smash is after that. But then on my 3DS, it's Happy Home Designer, which is a terrible game, and no Animal Crossing fan should buy it. And that was the worst game. That's what made Nintendo's Holiday last year downright or 2015 downright terrible. Oh, it was an awful game. I put like 185 hours. It's so bad. And then Animal Crossing New Leaf after that update came out, I put in 185 hours in like 1 month. It really pulled me back in. But non-Nintendo, just from guessing, I'd have to say either. Well, I know it'd be Witcher 3 because I got it in Black Friday of 2015. Played it a little bit. Played up to about the Baron side quest. Stopped when Xenoblade came out, and then I played that until spring. And I thought, you know what? I should at least try and finish The Witcher 3. And then I got really into it. Like I just like did all the side quests, got into the characters, got even more deep into the story. And then by that time, the first DLC, Hearts of Stone, came out. Heart of Stone? Yeah, Hearts of Stone. No, yeah, yeah. I bought both of them because I got the game for like $30. I'm like, you know what, 20, 20, 40. You know what? That's about the full price game. And the developers gave out free DLC, and they're not being dicks. So you know what? Sure. And I like the game, so I'll support them even more. And like that added even more hours. And then Blood and Wine came out, which is, I know it gets a lot of hate because like, oh, a DLC, why the best RPG of the year? Oh God, what's
Don't bring that shit up.
I know, and yeah, it is kind of shitty because
Why'd you pull out a Bill Cosby impression?
Wait, say that one more again. Say that one more again.
Why'd you say it like Bill Cosby? It was a good impression though. Guys,
Pudding Pops.
Was he talking about
DLC become the
Pudding Pops and witches and the fighting of the dragons and the vampires and the But anyway,
Right now.
but anyway,
Okay,
like
this is not the Bill Cosby ass.
But anyway,
We're a bunch of assholes. I know. We're all assholes. Whatever.
Blood and Wine. It really like it harkens back to like, because The Witcher is a PC based game. Like the people who made it for PC, and you can really tell that from playing on a console. But anyway, like it is not a DLC. Like it is really an expansion pack. Like it would be an expansion pack if it came out like if this was like a game back in the like mid '90s to like early mid 2000s. This would be like a separate big box expansion pack you'd find alongside the store shelves with it, because it really is like a whole full game. You get a whole full new country to explore. Wow, the name of it is escaping me, but yeah, it is like a whole new story, complete new side quests, a whole new leveling mechanic, weapons, monsters to fight. Like it really is, and it was really fun. Like for someone who never played a Witcher series, I really got into it. I even bought the first book. I've been reading that. Like I think that would be it. But following that, it would be either that's like the only like big AAA Western game I got into. Other than that, it was like smaller Japanese ones, which would be like Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, which I posted a lot of custom characters that I made on Google Plus and Twitter and stuff. And then I think Sinner and Kagura Versus was the second one, like third most played on my PS4, because it just had like a lot of side quests. Like it's like Hyrule Warriors. There's just a lot to do. Like very simple gameplay that you can just listen to a podcast and play through. plus Makati
Oh,
would
okay.
say. Yeah.
All right. Well, Red Fox is next.
A good old-fashioned fun melee game. Gotcha.
Red Fox
Yeah.
is next. I think I know what his is. It's gonna be Street Fighter Five.
Only if you want to insult
That's
me.
right.
Only
Street Fighter 5 was the best goddamn game ever created in 2016. And if you say otherwise, you're just a freaking hater.
Fighting game
Well,
of
you
the
are
year,
Yeah,
bitches.
you did win Fighting Game of the Year, so you are right. So.
only if you're insulting me. No, the game that I played the most this year was
Dishonored 2.
No, it was a split between Mafia 3 and Skyrim Special Edition. I put a lot of hours into both of those games. Yeah. But the game of 2016 that I enjoyed playing the most, hands down, was just figuring out how to game the system in Xenoblade Chronicles X. Basically maxing out my stats, building better mechs, all that type of fun jazz. Yeah.
Okay, Mr.
Those are the
Red
games
Fox?
I've been playing. Yes.
Mr. Red Fox, I have to say, true RPG fan, I can love and respect. I said love and respect what you just said.
Yeah.
That's what's up. You legit. I still think you're a bitch ass motherfucker, but
why you busting my chops? Why you gotta bust my chops? But
it's all
anyway,
love, man. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't mess with you.
I'm being facetious. But anyway.
Oh, then I ain't messing with you, bastard. Screw
Yeah,
you.
I was just being facetious. But the thing that kind of gets me is that like this year has been interesting for gaming. Not this year. 2016 was interesting for gaming.
I was about to be like last year, you mean?
Yeah, 2016 was an interesting year for gaming. And just for me personally, I didn't really get a lot of work out of my 3DS, even though I was playing the hell out of certain games on the 3DS. But hands down, I gotta go with like what I spent a lot of time playing, which was Mafia 3. I would have said Mario Color Splash, but like I beat that game really quickly. I beat that game 100%ed it really quickly. So it was like,
really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's a simplistic game, as fun as it is.
But it wasn't like Thousand Year Door.
Well, let me put it this way.
I don't know, for the record, what is the hate for Thousand Year Door? I'm not going for it or against it. I'm just curious why so many people hate the game.
Here's the thing about Color Splash. Color Splash has better writing than Thousand Year Door. The battle system isn't as in-depth or as it's not as in-depth or as rewarding as Thousand Year Door. It's a little oversimplistic for me, but I mean you have to remember I'm a hardcore RPG person. For someone like me, it takes a lot for me to say, wow, this RPG system is really in depth. And Paper Mario games are not meant to be those types of RPGs. So
yeah, to be honest with you, I don't even waste my time.
Are we at the same topic?
But yeah, those are my 2016 games that I played the most.
Okay. And next up is Kenoshi.
Hello?
Hello.
Do we hear you?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Do I sound better? Do I sound
A
better?
lot
Yes,
better.
For the record, do any of you bastards even bother to play the game I mentioned? Okay, that's all. Continue.
So
I've kind of written
me
off
better,
Square
right?
Enix.
The game I played a lot this year was a lot of the Shantae games. I played through Half Genie Hero, and then playing through
I
Pirates.
still gotta play that. It looks really good. Don't they have Genie?
It's really pretty.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Driving stuff. I mean, I'm not supposed to be driving because we're podcasting. I'm in the passenger seat listening to the podcast and contributing randomly.
I played a lot of Street Fighter 5 just because I played online, but that game's still terrible.
But is that a game? I mean, I thought it was just a glorified demo that they added new features to it as time went on.
No.
So they charged you $60 for it.
Wait. That game's a glorified demo.
No. It's a game as a service for the core fighting game fan base.
Well, no. See, they put it out early because they wanted to get it ready for Evo. That's why the game only didn't have an arcade mode, and you could only do versus online initially.
Yo, come on, guys. It's 2017. We
Okay,
can't leave.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say because I'm the idiot that paid for the special edition version. Let's be real. I get that excuse to some extent. But for them to have the audacity to have special editions and all that other shit when the game is clearly incomplete, fuck you, Capcom. Fuck you in the eyeballs, fuck you in the ears, fuck you in the nuts, fuck you in the ass, fuck you in any possible thing I could fuck you in.
Okay,
And I won't enjoy it. I'm a spooge in your forehead. And you know I don't talk this vulgar. That's how mad I am.
That is, you know what? You sound like Chris Rock when he was talking about women listening to lascivious music.
They talking about me.
So misogynist.
Fuck your name. Fuck your name.
They ain't talking about me.
Exactly.
I need you to please save this podcast right now.
Hey,
That is
Street
not
Fighter
controversial.
Wait.
it's a gas.
People, listen to me for a moment.
Game has a service.
People, okay, I apologize for the vulgarity, but everybody knows as vulgar as I can be, I'm usually not this vulgar. I'm just pointing out how disappointed and how upset I am in regards to this. I purposely waited for years, and I finally was like, you know what? I'm going to take a gamble and get everything I can for the game. I got the special edition, I got the worded out Ryu, and the game was meh.
If you're going to pronounce, I
don't mind getting it. I don't mind paying $30 for a meh game. I paid $80+.
It's
I shouldn't be
pronounced.
paying $80+ for a meh.
Oh, and by the way, Chef, it's pronounced Ryu.
We don't give a
Look, man, we'll call him whatever the hell we want.
Actually,
Listen,
no. Let me finish. Let me finish. Shut up. No. No, I want to check this little asshole. He wants to speak proper Japanese. Technically, his name isn't pronounced Ryu. It's Ryu.
Yeah.
That is practically silence. So get that fake shit out of the way. You think you're smart. Shut the fuck up. It's Ryu. It's not
Japanese.
It's Ryu. It's Ryu.
I know, but I'm saying I'm just correcting you because by you it sounds so American and ignorant.
I was saying that to them.
Andre,
But
please.
you want to sound so proper, I'm going to check your dumbass. Dude, where the fucking Rubo, dude?
Look, Andre, if you cut in, man, I will buy you a game at some point.
All right, look, the bottom line, 2016 was kind of slow for gaming for many of us, as we've already said. But for me, I was gaming pretty much every day that I could. Spent about 2.5 months down in Tampa with my dad, who was dealing with some health issues. So I was down there as a caregiver for him. So about 2.5 months, I was actually away from my system. But when I got back, the minute I got back, pretty much every day since then has been probably at least an hour spent playing Splatoon. I mean, bottom line, I've been Splatooning it all year long, pretty much for 2016. And, that was just where I was. I mean, it didn't matter. It was kind of funny. I was actually I dropped in on someone's Twitch cast, probably a couple months ago. And, they kind of asked me, just trying to catch up or whatever, because I hadn't been in their channel for quite some time. I was in chat and they asked me what I was playing. And I told them Splatoon. And they were like, "Oh,
it's a feel-good game." I'm talking with you.
Like, you still playing that?
99% of the game I've been playing.
Shut up. Let the man finish.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No problem. They're like, "Oh, you're still playing that?" I'm like, "Absolutely. I mean, this game is incredible." And, this is somebody that actually has a Wii U, but doesn't really like it. They don't like what the bottom line is, because I've noticed this. I kind of I'm real observant about people, and what I've noticed, this person, unlike me, grew up in on the opposite side of the fence, if that makes sense. In other words, back in the day, before there was Sony PlayStation, before there was a Microsoft Xbox division of anything, there was Nintendo and there was Sega. And there were people that were on the Nintendo side, there were people that were on the Sega side. This is someone, God bless him, he grew up on the Sega side. So it was all about Sega for him. Sega, Sonic, everything about Sega was what he was, what he grew up on. And I was on the other side. I was all about Nintendo. And so it was interesting because obviously Sega doesn't put out systems anymore. And so they're still trying to be a gamer. And so, of course, they gravitated toward the other side and never really came over to Nintendo. And so now he does have a Wii U, but he doesn't see any value in it. And it's unfortunate for him, in my opinion, but that's where he is. So that's why he doesn't see the appeal of Splatoon. Yeah, he loves to play, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, but he can't see Splatoon. Doesn't make sense to him. Doesn't make any sense to him. And the way I see it, I started to look at it, because obviously being a little bit more on the mature side than many people in the gaming industry, I can say, you know what, to each their own. If you like what you like, that's great. As long as you're a gamer, I'm fine with it. So everybody loves what they love, and hey, I can't bash them. So bottom line is, Splatoon is what I've been playing. I've been playing it. As a matter of fact, I can't wait to get on it again tonight, trying to get my rank up and everything else. And just have fun with it. That's what I've been doing. I played a little bit more of
Andre,
go ahead.
Hit me up on Google Plus. I want to add you to my friend list because we need to rock on Splatoon. Because honestly, console-wise, Splatoon is my most played game. It's fun. Yeah. It's a nice, just let your hair down, just enjoy your game.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely I do that. And
you just said a dirty word. It's fun. We don't do fun in gaming anymore.
Hey. I don't know. Hey, I don't know where those people are, but that's where I am with it. So that's what I've been doing. I did a little bit of Tropical Freeze as well, and a couple of other little things, but mainly it's been Splatoon, seriously, and some Wind Waker as well. So yeah, that's what I've been.
Ooh, nice.
All right. And before we go on to the last two guys, Gilligan and Sprite, I want to read out here Cherry Goblin, his question.
Sprite doesn't like to talk because we already know what he likes.
Cherry Goblin's question is, the question for the panel.
Gilligan can too.
When do you think Microsoft will officially show off Project Scorpio?
Never.
I'm going to say
cancel.
I'm going to say actually E3.
That's what I was going to say. I'm going to say they're going to wait. Well, I'm going to say they're going to wait till E3. But
they don't have to wait till E3. They can announce it today.
But that depends on the Switch presentation.
Exactly. I was going to say it's based on the Switch presentation.
How well it's received both by media themselves and public perception. And if they see what's the word I'm looking for? See it as competitive, or that it could somehow stop their progress in some way, then they'll probably pull a Sony and try to pull the trigger early, going, haha, look at us, we're over here, hey, look at me, it's me, Mr. Meeseeks, look at me, that kind of thing.
I can't see
notice me, son.
And the reason why,
but I also can't see that happening because they're not Sony, they're Microsoft. They're also a little, I would like to think, a little bit more smarter when it comes to hardware. Like they have a little bit more
just a little
bit more creative integrity with their hardware, instead of Sony's like, oh well, we're on top again, let's do what we want because consumers will buy anything. You can buy 2 jobs now, or get 2 jobs to buy our things now. Like that's always the example proven, and it happened again this year later with the Pro and the VR and the buy 2 things now because you already bought a lot, because a lot of people bought our one thing, and that means we're the best. and you won't question us. You
What
know
about you,
that.
Sprite? You think it's gonna be here?
Say that again.
When do you think they're gonna actually show off the Project Scorpio? In your opinion?
Just like everybody else said, I think it's gonna be sometime after the Switch presentation. Like it'll probably be like a month after the presentation. Then Microsoft's gonna be like, "Oh,
Yep.
check out the Project Scorpio. See what that's about." You know, they're
Exactly.
still
Gives them a year
Nintendo's
to try to
thunder.
figure out some type of battle plan.
Well, they promised it's gonna release this year, so I don't think it's gonna actually.
Yeah, it's going to release this year, definitely.
I mean, I don't know. To me, they could do it after the Switch presentation, but but at that point, I honestly don't think they have any kind of counter in mind. You could try. You can go up the specs if you want to, but
Their
the specs
counter is power. Like that's the only big thing. Like their counter is
but
the
the
same
Pro,
counter to their the PS4, which the Switch is not a PS4 Pro, so like there is no counter, but they have to use that counter.
Yeah.
Does that make sense with my odd rambles?
No, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Microsoft, like he said, Microsoft is basically trying to have a power race because no one over at Microsoft ever cracked open a fucking book and saw that power, like the most, like power ever really won a console gen. It never has. All the way back.
Efficiency,
Back in the day. It's never done anything except make something unduly expensive for the average consumer. So them trying to play it now is kind of laughable. But I mean, what are you going to do? I think it's going to be determined by what Nintendo does. If Nintendo comes out, if the Switch comes out and it's really not the Switch, the Switch comes out and it's really like it really takes off. You can be damn sure. You could probably set your watch to it. That they'll probably come up with some way to try and well, our console can do this too, and it's gonna be laughable and funny, and we're all gonna be laughing when the stuff comes out. Cause be like they saw Nintendo and got spooked, because that's what happens.
No, that's not what's gonna happen.
Nintendo is irrelevant. How dare you say anything otherwise?
Okay,
They're
all
trying
right.
to be not just the system, but how they market it. 'Cause they have said that they are trying to price it as a, how do they say it, premium, high-end electronic device, not. And so if they say it's a whole new high-end entertainment media center, like they want to do with the Xbox One originally. They could do it like that instead of the PS4, which is like PS4 Pro. It's an upgrade. You're going to need this, but it's a lot of money. But you're going to need this. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And instead of going, you need this, they say you can want it. But people who want it,
I believe it when I see it. We know Nintendo.
Really into this.
Guess what, everybody?
And like if Nintendo goes after the everyman crowd, they're going to go, well, to be better than the everyman. Spend more money to be better than the everyman.
They're going for the premium experience, but like I said, historically, the premium experience with consoles has never really worked. I mean, let's go back to the modern gaming era.
Better than the everyman. It's a very Western approach.
It's never worked. I mean, during the third gen, the premium system was the Atari 76, 7800. That was the most expensive, and it had the most bells and whistles. Didn't sell all that well. During the fourth gen, it was the Neo Geo. Didn't sell all that well. Fifth gen, it was the 3DO. Didn't sell all that well. Sixth gen, it was the Saturn originally. Fifth gen, the Saturn didn't sell all that well. And you could
in regards to the Saturn, they jumped the ball.
I mean, it was too early. You could argue, well, I mean, I'm sure some people will buy it and be like, oh man, I'm so happy that I paid these exorbitant prices for, because basically, let's keep it real. Just like Sony is doing the Pro, well, they're claiming they're doing the Pro because it will compete against PCs, which is laughable.
Oh wait, I'm not supposed to laugh. Sorry.
But I mean, like really. like Microsoft is doing the Scorpio as their last hurrah, so that they can basically tell the fans, "Well, we tried."
Well, the thing about the Pro is it's ultimately, and it's beginning to happen, replacing the PlayStation 4. Like PlayStation 4 games are going to be getting them because of the Pro.
Nier's already shown GIMPs. I think the PS4 Pro runs at 1080 60, and then the PS4 original runs at 9, whatever the one step under 1080 usually is.
900.
Yeah, at a lock 30, I believe.
Yeah, but I mean, like.
But they claimed that 60 wasn't very visually pleasing. The 30 was always supposed to be cinematically more pleasing for their games. That's what they said.
Yeah, that was. I think we can all agree that was bullshit.
That's BS. It's just people defending.
I mean, these people will say anything to sell you a product.
Well, we'll come back to this real quick. But let me go ahead and get the most played games from Sprite, Gilligan, and of course the LBC guy himself, Liger. But go ahead, Gilligan. What is your most played game or favorite game of 2016? Hello?
So,
okay.
My most played game, I think I'll go for. I would say it's like, I think at this point. As much as I would like to put Smash, because Smash has been around for quite some time, but I think in terms of new games, it will be Overwatch as my most played game.
You son of a bitch!
Yeah. How dare you?
It actually seems pretty fun. My nephew's into that game, actually.
It looks fun.
Overwatch is this year's shooter of
I think it's overrated, but it's a fun game.
I can't go that far.
Hold on.
But it looks fun.
But and actually my all-time favorite game that I think it's my game of the year for me was Pokemon Moon.
Okay.
Same here. Well, it's not my favorite game, hours-wise, but it is fascinating and I do own it.
And what about you, Sprite?
Most played game.
Okay, we know Super Mario Maker. Okay, go ahead.
Wait.
Why you waste your time? Don't even listen to him. We already know. Don't waste your time.
This is for 2016 releases, so Mario Maker came out last year. And I haven't got the 3DS version yet, so that doesn't count.
Let me phrase.
Okay.
Hold on. It does have to be a game that released in 2016. I just want your most played or favorite game of 2016. I don't care if it released in 2013.
Well, surprisingly, it was not Mario Maker this year. It was for the first time a damn Pokemon Sun came out.
Okay.
Then my favorite game this year is Kirby Planet Robo.
What?
Let me say one more time.
I did put in more. I did put in time in Mario Maker, but I did put in time in Mario Maker. But when I calculate, I put more time in 2015 and 2016.
Okay, and I know what yours is, Simran Kagura.
How about I just leave you drop right there?
Them yummy fruits.
Most simple.
Okay,
most played game.
For a moment.
It's probably Legends, isn't it?
Hyrule Legends. It's the most played game.
That's what I thought.
And my favorite game basically is the tough game between Paper Mario Kart Splash, but I have to give it to Project Cross Zone 2.
Did you just say Mario Kart Splash?
Okay, Lager, you're lying. You just pick up Odin Sphere, and we got Project X Zone, and we also have. You were talking crazy about Simran Kagura, and you were talking crazy about Puzzle and Dragons.
Not this year.
You actually own the double.
Weren't you playing it into 2016? Am I incorrect?
You're incorrect. I didn't play it in 2016. 15.
You didn't?
No.
You talked a lot about it.
Yeah, but I beat the game. I'm not 100% in it, but I got one more chapter to do of the extra DLC, and since Excuse me, since Fates came out, I stopped playing the game.
Hold on,
All right. I apologize. I was incorrect. Please continue.
This is not a
I think you're BSing me, but based on what you stated, you are correct.
This is not a
Pardon my
playtime game.
language.
What you said, Doc?
I said this is not a playtime interrogation. You ain't got to prove nothing to this man and give your reasons.
Well,
I am the chef. I am the good shepherd.
But as he just said though, he just stated though, Project Cross. I gave the Project Cross on too. I had fun playing that game. That's my game of 2016.
Oh, you right. You right. Y'all right. Mario Maker still beat Pokemon Sun. Still did. I looked it up.
Man, you're an addict. You need help.
I'm at 552 hours.
Yeah, he needs help. He's an addict.
I didn't know how much hours I got.
Okay, Spike. Seriously, I have been known to be addicted to a lot of games. Is Final Fantasy Tactics. You played almost as many hours in 1 year than I played in Final Fantasy Tactics in 3 years.
Yeah,
you might wanna seek help. Sorry for my. I'm just saying.
We're not gonna get into that. We're gonna move on to the next topic.
That's a lot of hours. I'm just saying. You might want to seek help.
Well, this next topic,
I was concerned about myself for that game.
Well, this next topic may actually derail this podcast entirely, as if it already hasn't. But
right.
Okay, and this is inspired by, and this is actually sponsoring the LBC.
Way too loud.
But your biggest disappointment of 2016.
Can we
My biggest disappointment?
Stop! Here are the credentials. It's going to be very open. It could be game, developer, incident, whether it's gaming or not, or YouTuber. So think about that last one. Anyone that it could be a Google Plus post. I don't care. But you only But you only get to name one. Only one. No runner-ups. No ties.
Mine is okay. I go first.
Oh,
I'll go first.
Man, you just made it so difficult for me.
No, it's very easy for me.
See, I'm telling you right now.
This conversation, because I know I've pissed off so many people.
If you name anything more than one, I'm going to mute you. So just one.
I think you
just
won.
Mute me then. Mute me now. Mute
I think you won.
And here's the one exception. The one exception is your choice cannot be Donald Trump.
Oh, of course not. That's too easy. It's way too easy.
No,
that's way too easy.
2016. I got you. But
it's a waste of my time. And here's the funny part about this. If you would have said this a month ago, I would have argued it. Let's be okay.
You asked the question. You asked the question that the number one LBC of 2016 is the gaming industry.
Okay.
He stole mine. I was gonna say this entire
but that's a big that covers a lot of stuff. Can you be more?
No, it covers everything. 2016, the gaming media follow itself. YouTubers can't do nothing with go everything on the rumors and not substantiate anything. The VGAs basically show that the industry is dying. And the company that's the most irrelevant made more money in 2016 than all the companies combined. So, industry is what it is.
All right. Okay. Well.
You know what, I don't appreciate you being here because you basically fill up my spot. Except you're nicer than I am.
Okay. Well, Shep, you go next. What's your pick?
I just said the best filled up my spot. There's nothing I can say that he didn't just say.
Hey, if he got it, just like in Family Feud, choose a different answer.
Okay. No, fuck that. Dangerous Sue was shit last year. Boom, I'm done.
What?
You heard me. I didn't study. Dangerous Sue was mostly shit. You want me to do a breakdown on why it was shit? Sure.
No. That'll take 2-3 damn podcasts.
You should do that. You should do that, Ken. Why the industry was shit in 2016.
Oh, it's easy.
That would be what you call a shadowcast. That'd be like 5-6 hours long. We need to bring in Lager. We gotta make sure that Doc is there. We gotta make sure that Shadow Fox is there. It's gonna be one of those 5+ hour casts. Period.
I just explained it. I did the exact same thing he did. I explained it quickly in 30 seconds.
Okay, so next up, then go ahead, Perry. What is your one?
Basically, what he
thing?
just said is what you said was irrelevant, Lager. So shh.
No, I agree with him. I do, but one
No,
thing
just
specifically.
Well, I can think of like a specific game wise, but then I'm thinking also like overall, like gaming wise. I'm gonna cheat and say game wise, it was Ukulele canceled, but in overall, it's gonna be dealing with uninformed everyday consumers at a game store. They this is all, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like actual like fact. It's anecdotal. No, it's anecdotal. All of this is anecdotal from my point of view of what I've seen. That every common man, the everyday buyer, whether it be the mom for the kid, the guy who buys a few games for his 360, and yes, I mean 360, we sold a lot of 360. 360 games still fly off the shelves and get put back on and fly off the shelves, and just the idiocy of questions of what people just don't know. Like we had a lot of people coming in and said, "Oh, can I get that Modern Warfare remastered? You got any of those used?" No, we can't. That only comes with Infinite Warfare. Yeah, it's only digital with the Infinite Warfare. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then like every time I sell one of those, I'm like, "You have to have the save file on your system, or it won't let you play it." And they're like, "Oh, that's kind of shitty." I'm like, "Yeah, it is. They're holding it hostage, literally." And they're like, "Okay, I'll just get the basic one then."
Hey Perry,
Can I add to that?
But then, and here's a good one of just like how, I don't know, like everyone on the internet can always be like their armchair executives and always look at the big picture of the gaming industry, but like sometimes it can, like, the stupidity can go down to like the littlest, smallest person and family, like personal. We got a call, answered the phone, yada yada, and they said, "Yes, do you guys carry converters?" So I got my son an Xbox One for Christmas, and I'd like to know if you carry converters for an HDMI cord so that we can hook it up to our CRT. What?
All right.
Okay.
Why?
Next up is going to be
Like-
go ahead,
like,
Gilly. Your one disappointment for the year.
Oh man.
This one.
Oh man. Okay.
There's so many.
There is a lot. There's a lot.
That is a tough one.
When it comes to gaming, when it comes to movies, and
It can be anything, but it can only be one. So choose your worst disappointment.
okay, I think it's safe to say if it's anything, then I think it's safe to say my biggest disappointment of all time of this year is something truly personal to me, and it's basically realizing that you have best friends who you look up to for quite a while or even longer than that decide to cut you off over bullshit reasons.
I've been there before, so I know what you mean.
Yep, I agree.
And
I understand the feeling, bro. This is so not cool.
and get this, I have been backstabbed twice in 2016 and just recently in 2017.
Dude,
Yeah.
there's 3 days. I'm just saying, there's 3 days in January of 2017.
But it's already
I
happened.
shouldn't.
So
I'm not saying this because I don't know the details. However, I mean, just don't tell anybody this, even though I'm saying this live. As a military man, I'm willing to do mercenary work. I work for cheap. Video games work, so let me know, and they'll disappear by accident, of course. Just saying.
Yeah, you just kind of
Wow.
exposed yourself.
Better
So,
gotta get paid, son.
But I would say this, Gilligan. Like you said, it's personal. Hey man, it gets better. Trust me, it's better you know it now than you find out 20 years later. They've been how they feel about you the whole time. But honestly, hey, I will thank you for sharing that because that is something personal. Because people forget that although we're gamers, we deal with real life problems every day.
Yep.
Yes,
With
I
people.
definitely have. We deal with it every single day. Would it be good or bad, or just sometimes annoying things? Think we would like to play games as often as we as we think about it, but typically being a responsible adult, you can't. You get to play games maybe 10% of the time you actually want to. So that right there, very personal, and I can tell you, I understand it's very hurtful, but it'll get better, man. And just to let people know out there that hey, even though we love the game, it ain't all about gaming.
That is true.
Yeah.
Who wants to go next? You know what?
can,
Kanosh, you
can
can
I
go next.
can I go next? I'm gonna say VR. VR is the worst thing that happened this year. All the king's horses and all the king's men tried to prop up Humpty Dumpty, but broke Humpty Dumpty yet again. You know, every time these people, every time you have a console or a piece of technology, you have the media say, "Well, it's the future. It's the future. It's the future. It's the future." And guess what? Nintendo Switch and the NES Classic outbeat VR when it came to search results. So much for VR being the future. Not to mention that these people were paid off to review the freaking PlayStation VR. IGM, aren't you compromised since you have a bunch of VR ads plastered on your freaking page? You know, when PlayStation VR came out. I mean, the whole VR thing. Oh, not to mention the hypocrisy with VR. People were shitting all over the Wii when it came out. They dumped all over the Wii saying, "Oh, this is gimmicky. Oh, this thing's stupid. Oh, there's no way this thing's gonna sell." Yada yada yada. And look what VR is. It's a Wii you put on your face. And yet you have these people
Pretty
shitting for
much.
it.
You know what? That,
I
that,
totally
that sounds
agree.
very, very sexual, man. But you know,
Yeah, I was about to say it's a Wii that sits on your face. And people love it. Or they claim they love it.
we're
They
not
claim they
going
love
to
it.
we're not going to explore that. Um, who hasn't gone?
I
Actually,
haven't gone.
can I add to that? For whoever said that. Um,
What?
I saw a Twitter post, right? Someone did like a vote of who. Oh, there we go. I found it. It's posted by Free for All Podcast. It says, "What first quarter game are you most excited about?" On hashtag Nintendo, Xbox, and PlayStation. Breath of the Wild, Resident Evil 7, Halo Wars 2, and Horizon Zero Dawn. Zelda Breath of the Wild has an 87% and is the most popular vote. And guess games were, especially Resident Evil 7. Resident Evil
One
7 so
percent.
far, close to that. Resident Evil 7 was 3%. Halo Wars 2 was 7%, and Horizon Zero Dawn was also 3%. Halo Wars 2 was the runner-up, and it barely even nearly touched the amount of poll voting results for Breath of the Wild.
Well,
As Shepard said, it's Nintendo development, man.
yeah. I mean,
That's all it is.
like people know when they get Nintendo, it's going to be quality. You can't always say that about first-party games nowadays because even first-party games are kind of lackluster nowadays.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
just
what Nintendo
mostly
has done with Breath of the
PlayStation.
Wild, they have basically told everyone, you guys have been creaming over these open world games like Grand Theft Auto 5 and Witcher. It's like Every time Nintendo gets involved in a genre, what do? They completely show you how it can be done, and you put your mind to it. Look at
Yep.
Xenoblade Chronicles X, and now you look at Breath of the Wild, which is supposed to be just as big and completely open, meaning you can play the game any way you want. So all these games that used to claim that, oh, you can make choices and your choices matter. Nintendo said, no, that shit's for real this time. It's for real. You can choose to tackle a mission or any kind of objective any way you want. There's always some way to do it. So they got involved in yet another genre, and they're gonna shit on everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are gonna laugh at my biggest disappointment. Mine was truly a loss of brain cells. I think like he did a video on this. But Erica with that fake Nintendo Switch.
Yep.
Oh man.
That to me was the biggest disappointment because that to me showed me that people would do anything for net popularity, and it's not like they got him an extra $100,000. He went through that much trouble risking a lawsuit just to get hits, to get views. That's it. Attention.
These YouTubers are pieces of shit.
Okay.
I mean, all YouTubers, man.
I mean,
And speaking of YouTubers, can I add on to that, Dr. Feelgood?
Go ahead.
And remember in my intro, I mentioned Nintendo's the worst since Konami. Another YouTuber, even though I know and I even subscribed to this bastard in the first place.
The worst since Konami.
Hold on.
What triple is this?
I'm going to say it. You guys probably remember the post I posted on Google+. This guy goes by the name of Haydox.
Yeah.
Oh, you
The
talking
guy
about
with the
the anti-consumer because they take down fan creations. That video.
No, the one who basically said that Nintendo makes that Metroid did the wrong way because they go with gameplay first before they come with the story.
Bunch of communists.
Yeah,
Everything
Wow.
I didn't even see the video. Like the video he made before was called something. All this bullshit. Like, oh, Nintendo is awful and stuff like that. And he, like, as far as I've heard, like I think I just only saw like a few seconds of that video until like when he said like Nintendo is actually just as bad as Konami. I was like, what the fuck? Are you serious right now? Just stop. I just
that was a clickbait title. Because I mean, here's the thing: Nintendo tries to take the classy route. Basically, when someone talks shit about Nintendo, they don't issue any, we have this to say. They don't talk shit. They just say, look, the proof is in the money we're gonna make when we drop this game. The proof is in the fact that we're not, shafting our consumers as much as some other companies do. That's our proof. We're not going to respond to your bullshit. And, they can't handle that.
And you know what though? Eric Maverick, he posted something early in the chat. Shout out to him, by the way. Thanks, man. He said, can't help but to ask, since some folks like to leak stuff from Nintendo to the internet, has stuff from other gaming companies been leaked too?
Yes,
Of course
I
not.
answered this. Yeah, actually stuff has. I answered this in the chat. PS4 Pro was leaked. Or not the Pro, the Slim. I'm sorry, the Slim was leaked. Any games? I think every Assassin's Creed game has been leaked since Revelations. And then
How can it be leaked when it comes out every year?
Not the game itself, but the
Okay.
the historical location. Like right now, it's like, oh, it's Egypt, and then like before Syndicate came in, I was like, oh, it's Victorian London, and the name is Victory, but it wasn't Victory Syndicate, but it was Victorian London. And then what other big game was usually Mass Effect and that Red Dead and Battlefield 1 were also leaked, but they don't get as much coverage because they're not as irrelevant.
Yeah, I wish, but as I was saying, the game that the most disappointing thing for me this year, for me personally, I was gonna say Final Fantasy 15, but Final Fantasy. I mean, like
You knew you weren't gonna like it. So
well, I mean, I basically signed off on Square Enix a long time ago, so it wasn't that. Now, the thing that basically ruined it for me last year was Street Fighter V. Now, I'm like an OG Street Fighter fan, like OG. Like I've got like 4 versions of Street Fighter 2 on the SNES. Like that type of OG person. I've got like 3 versions of Street Fighter Alpha and Alpha 2. I've got like multiple versions, and I didn't even get mad about buying multiple versions of these damn games back in the day. But when I saw the BS that they pulled with Street Fighter V, I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with Capcom. Like I'm seeing people now. They're like, what if they make a 3D Mega Man X? People, I mean, they effed up Street Fighter V. Like, think about it. That's like going to a Japanese restaurant and they mess up the steamed rice. Like, that's what they're known for. If you can't even get basic shit right, then I can't trust you on anything else.
Red, it's funny you should mention that. I'm not sure to pronounce this, but I think it's like FL21 ID or whatever. If I'm butchering that, man, I apologize. First of all, he said Capcom pissed me off again on Street Fighter V that year. I thought they learned that lesson, but they didn't. And Turney Fags killed Street Fighter V. And then he goes on to say that Shantae and a Half Genie Hero is way better than Mighty Number 9.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's not hard to beat Mighty Number 9.
Here's what I'll say.
Its faults,
here's what I'll say about Shantae Half Genie Hero. The game, just for me, was too damn easy.
Yeah.
I agree.
It was way too damn easy. I will say
it is the easiest.
Yeah, it is very short. I would say that Mighty Number 9, despite its faults, has a better difficulty curve than Shantae Half Genie Hero. And right now, it has more content. So before people start talking shit, like listen, Mighty Number 9 has a lot of flaws. But if you divorce your disdain for Keiji Inafune and Concept and how they ran that bullshit Kickstarter from the actual merits of the game itself, you'll see that the game is not great, but it's not the steaming pile of flaming dog poop in a bag left on your doorstep that people want you to believe. It's not great, but it's not like, oh my god, this game is terrible. I mean, it's not like Keiji Inafune said, hey man, here's a fighting game, here's a Mega Man game, but it's missing everything that's associated with Mega Man, but we're gonna charge you full price for it. Like, at least he didn't do that, like Capcom. So I can't get too angry at him about it. I can't.
Well, I have to say, this dude, y'all are going raw in this chat, man. The same guy said, he said that, of course, there are people that come to mind when you're talking about YouTubers. Aaron Mara said, yeah, one person comes to mind, and Renegade Zero said, or several. And, of course, said, OJ Polaris is Fall from Grace.
Oh,
He fall from grace in 2014.
Look, it's not cool. It's not cool to kick a man while he's down. It's not cool to kick a man while he's down. It's not cool. Come on, let's not.
Come on, I thought you said it's the best time to kick a man while he's down.
Yeah, but I'm trying to. I'm trying to be classier for. I'm trying to be nicer for the New Year's.
Can I at least clean my feet on his head?
You know what? Since this is the same person who declared that the industry is fine, and we've had multiple studio closures, Crytek is on life support, Ubisoft is trying to keep the vendors from, turning them out on the street, making them flip tricks. I mean, go ahead, go for it.
I'll say one thing.
Special peoples everywhere.
Yeah, I'll add out to what Mr. Red Fox said about with thing though. I played Mighty Number 9, and it has, because my sister's a big Mega Man fan, so it is all right. The only reason I will put I still even though because you say content is because the enjoyability and I have no power with it, I will push Shanti over it because I see a game again. AC Create made a better Beck with Copen than Beck in his own game.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. I mean, like, here's the thing. The only reason that I kind of put Shantae Half Genie Hero right now below, here, let me back out of this game because I'm a real gamer and I was gaming the entire time I was talking to you guys.
I'm doing the same thing too.
I'll tell you why I put, in my mind, it a little bit above Half Genie Hero. Half Genie Hero to me is not as feature filled. The game is not as long, and it's too damn easy compared to previous Shantae games. Now, part of this could be because it's a Kickstarter, and this is the first truly HD Shantae game, so like a lot of their funds probably went into that. But I mean, like, if you play the previous game, Pirate's Curse. Pirate's Curse it's a longer game. It has better difficulty curve. It's more Metroidvania. It doesn't feel as shortcutty. Like, it feels like they took a lot of shortcuts to get to certain parts of the game, and it felt kind of to me, I was like,
you're right about that, and two, I agree with you on that, and I agree also, but I also put into as well that those two games was on their terms.
Right.
They funded the game. So they could have waited a long time. They didn't have backers to rush the game out and try to push whatever. Exactly. It got delayed basically a year. So
yeah, I think. Like, here's the thing. Way Forward, even when Way Forward has messed up, I haven't heard of them really messing up that badly. I know some people are mad about their version of DuckTales, like their remaster, but I was like, whatever.
Really? Can you tell me which one happened?
Well, a few people who were diehards of the original game on the NES were angry about the port, but I mean that's like a minor gripe. They haven't messed up nearly as badly as Concept. Concept basically stole $2.8 million from Marvelous Incorporated for KO, the King of the Pirates, a game that they never made anything for. There was a teaser trailer 6-7 years ago. 8 years ago for the Wii and the 3DS, and from therefore nothing else was heard. So I mean, like, they haven't effed up nearly as badly as Concept. Like I said, if you divorce yourself away from the respective reputations of both of these companies and just look at the games like as games, Shantae Half Genie Hero is a gorgeous looking game. It's a solid in terms of gameplay and conceptual design, but compared to previous games in the series, it kind of falls a little bit short. Whereas Mighty Number 9, in my opinion, it's okay. It has some good ideas that just did not hit well. Personally, I think some of the money that was supposed to be put into that game was funneled to other things. I don't have any proof of this, but Keiji Inafune does some shady ass shit. And I know about him doing shady things. Not necessarily in this project, but in other things that was like, can't really trust anything you say, bro.
A small interjection. Sprite. Sprite, you there? Oh, he's muted. I would just want everyone, do not look at the chat. What Sprite wrote, he went too damn far. But we'll move on.
I'm gonna look at the chat. I need to.
Doc, I have something. Can we add something into our little topics thing?
Yeah, go ahead.
For games of 2016, can we talk about the most overhyped games of 2016?
If we have time, yeah. It's too many of them, though. That's the problem.
Because I have one that I have to get off my chest. It's a good game, but I just think it's a little overhyped, and I don't know. But continue as we are now.
Go ahead. All right. Anyone else have their? Did anyone give their LBC moment of the year? Everyone give theirs? I think so. Yeah, I believe everyone did.
Yeah.
Okay. So, next topic.
No one gave their LBC. They just gave their most disappointing. But I mean, you could roll those two together.
Well,
we
you
we
can
didn't
go
talk about it.
first. What is your? This is a redeeming topic. What is your best moment of 2016? And
Oh,
I'm actually surprised that no one in here, especially you, Fox, did not mention as far as the LB, well, not LBC, but disappointing moment. I'm surprised you didn't mention, being a Star Fox fan. Was it Carrie Fisher?
Um, yeah, but
You
that
mean Star
wasn't
Wars?
Star
like.
Wars.
Let me put it this
Carrie
way. I
Fisher,
Yeah,
know,
Star
I'm
Wars.
sorry. Yeah,
like,
that's
let
what
me
I
put
meant
it
to
this
say.
way. I wasn't. It wasn't like disappointment, as in like, oh, it was a surprise. It was just like, well, they said she had had a heart attack and she had stopped breathing for 14 minutes. People don't. 60-year-olds who have a history of drug abuse don't come back from 14 minutes of not breathing. Like that's not something. So even if she had been resuscitated, like that wasn't going to be something that she was going to really bounce back from. So it was like, what can we do?
Yeah, she was a big coke addict when she was younger. Like,
Well, she
taking
took
heroin.
everything, and not just everything. If you could snort it, shoot it, swallow it, or probably take it through suppository, she probably tried it.
Yeah, she was also a bit crazy too. I mean, I guess
Listen, Carrie Fisher had a lot of issues, but that doesn't bother me because she gave us some of the best films that I grew up with. Like she played John Belushi's crazy ex-fiance in Blues Brothers, who kept on blowing up everything. She played, of course, Princess Leia in 3 really awesome movies. Yeah, I didn't include The Force Awakens in that. Yes, and I meant not to include Force Awakens in that statement. But yeah, so I felt kind of bad about that. But that wasn't my loss of brain cells for 2016.
Well, no, either disappointing moment or loss of brain cells. But okay, now go ahead and give your biggest positive, or as I listed here, I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart here. Your best moment of 2016. It shouldn't be too many to choose from. Well, if you're a gamer, it should be.
Well, I'll make this quick. Going to see Rogue One 3 times. Once by myself, once with some friends of mine who are also Star Wars fans, like hardcore Star Wars fans, and once with my girlfriend and her best friend who, like, they're casual Star Wars fans. And having everyone who I went to go see it with, like, their jaws fall on the floor. They were just ecstatic with joy about it. Yeah, like it's awesome to see people take someone to go see something and they get it, they enjoy it just as much as you do. But then, like, taking people who aren't as into it, just seeing the joy on their face when they do it, it's a special thing. It's like on Christmas when you buy someone a gift and they love it and open it, you can see the joy on their face when they have it.
Okay. And what about you, Liger? Best moment of 2016.
I'll roll it into 2 things. Since you say it could be anything other than gaming, I mean, gaming. I would say gaming would be, of course, getting to play some awesome games. All the games I bought except for one wasn't disappointing, so that's best. But if I had to say really, I'll roll it in 2 things. Disappointment was the passing of one of my family members, but also getting to go home within 10 years since I've been home in 10 years and go home and enjoy it.
Cool.
Okay. And next, go ahead, Perry. Best moment of 2016. And don't say No Man's Sky.
Would not even Sony would say that. I have nothing at the top of my head right now.
All right.
There's more bad than good, and the good is hiding.
Man, you can reach down deep. You can find something. You found a 5 on the ground and no one said it was theirs, and you took it. You're like, man, I got lunch today, and it's not even out of my pocket.
Oh, I know one. It's semi gaming wise, but it's also like my other hobby, which is like animation and voice acting. I got reblogged and favorited and sent an autograph by Tara Strong on Twitter. That was awesome.
Oh wow,
That's
one of
She had
the
a
good.
little
original Powerpuff Girls, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, she
Nice.
had a little contest where she wanted us to like she's like because it was for the oh wow during the big the big more points of performance matters, and she wanted us to make a collage of like all the characters she's voiced that were your favorites in any video games that you liked, and I made like collage of like the big three that like I remember of her voicing, which was Juliet Starlift from Lollipop Chainsaw, Margaret Moonlight from No More Heroes 2, and who was the third? Crud, who was the third? Oh, Harley Quinn from the Arkham series. And yeah, so she sent me like a picture of her with like all her, like a collage with like every voice she's done with an autograph. She sent out like to 10 people, and I was one of the favorites. That was
That's
awesome.
good.
You
Nice.
lucky devil.
Very nice. All right. Gilligan, best moment of 2016, and I think I know what it is. You Breath of the Wild pansy.
It will be that, but it's not really it. As much as I would love to say it, but I think the one thing that really means a lot to me, best moment of 2016, and you also might have heard of this before because I tell you I believe in the last podcast, but it was the day when I had been received a free NES Mini with a controller and a shirt by a generous stranger at the NES Mini party at Nintendo New York.
I remember that. Yeah, that was awesome, man. Okay.
Yep.
And Sprite, your best moment of 2016. Mr. Wee Mix.
It's Mario
Huh?
Maker.
The
You know
Mario's
what?
got him, man.
You're probably right, to be honest.
He
All
played my
right.
Mario Maker level. That's his best moment.
Yeah.
Changed his life.
You know what? This
Changed
chat is
my
actually
life, bro.
this chat is out of hand, man. The comments about so want me to come about Obi-Wan. Damn.
What chat isn't out of hand on
Another guy.
anything?
Can I say something about Obi-Wan? As far as I've seen from him, this guy is
He
literally
fell
like
off.
he is almost like a living embodiment of a cartoon character. Like, you know what's even funny?
No, because cartoon characters are funny, and I like to watch them.
It's funny.
Oh, that was a good burn. That was a good burn. I gotta give it up.
What the hell, man?
He's like, no, because I enjoy cartoons and they're fun to watch. I can't. And he's the opposite of that.
I saw his video. One of his recent videos is like, and I know is that believe it or not, his intro does contain himself as a cartoon character, and yet his looks more serious than the actual Obi-Wan himself. Like, he seems more badass. And then you
To
see
me,
the actual guy.
he became too animated. To like when you're always looking like you're a blind mime trying to throw hand signals for a plane to take off or land. I'm sorry, I can't keep watching that, and it's always a what is going on? Like, dude, can you change this shit up?
And he throw in.
I'm sorry, but
He threw in
like
a bunch of gifs. Yeah.
And it's like he's trying, to me, he's trying so hard to hype himself up, to hype everybody else up over nothing. Dude, if it works out for you, great. But you look stupid. I'm sorry. You just look stupid. I respect him, but then again, I don't. I know that may sound bad, but whatever. And here's a comment from Eric Maverick, another best moment, music-wise. New Tribe Called Quest album. Good stuff. Oh, wow. All right, well, the next topic is going to be I'm pretty sure we all want to hear about this. It's what's circling the web 24 hours a day. Maybe I should save it for last. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that one next. Well, let's go ahead and
What
do
is it?
I want your guys' Nintendo Switch predictions.
Oh, okay.
The 12th is around the corner. and I want your predictions. I don't want what you want to hear. I want your predictions. I'm pretty sure we all do that normally, but
Mhm.
everybody else on
Um,
here, they want 8K in their phones. But what do you think is going to be said? Okay, let's tackle it
oh,
one part at a time.
I have a prediction. I have a
Okay,
prediction
go ahead.
that we can all agree with. That can all be part of a collective prediction, and that's there will be disappointment, big, small. Everyone will have a disappointment of some kind. Probably
Yes.
even one of
Okay.
us.
Yes.
Like,
Okay. Well,
yeah,
I'll go down the line and we'll go with
like,
price first. So,
but no.
what do you
Just
think
get
the
that out of
price
the way.
would
There
be?
will be disappointment, no matter who you are. So,
Well, Perry, name your price.
uh, my price. I don't know. I have a low self-esteem, so it wouldn't take much for me to. Oh, for the Switch. Okay.
I'm not even gonna.
Um.
He's coming out in the Jetson. Jeez.
Um. Everyone wants to say 250 to 300, and like that's. Let's see. Everyone says that because they have to compete with the 4 and the 1 and the one and the ones and the Pro, and but those were 250, 300 during Christmas. After Christmas, those sales got jacked back up. The 1S, if you want a terabyte, is around like 350 right now, I think.
Yeah,
So
350, and they had like a
it's about
$50 going
350.
on.
Yeah, it went the price went back up, but that is a terabyte of it's a color variant and a bundle of one game, so there's that. But it is 350. 4 is about the same price as a PS4 Pro was or 4 when it first came out at 400. So like if it's 350, I don't think it would be that bad. But then you also have to factor in what comes with it. Like, are they willing to put it on Pro controller, which I highly doubt it. Is that little the middle pack that you put the little Joy Cons in to make a Pro controller like thing going to be packed in? We don't know that. And if there's a game, like what would that be? But
The Joy
I'm
controller
gonna
is going to be
say
a part of it.
So,
the little
so what
like
do you
middle
think?
part.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the entry
Okay.
price would be? Just the entry price.
3. I was going to say 300.
Okay. What
300.
about you, Liger? The price of entry for the Switch.
I said my thing already. 300 to 350. I mean,
Red Fox?
for me, just I'll just end mine over here. You actually, other than the price, all I want is my prediction is good games, and that's all I really care for. I mean, without the games, I don't have nothing else to worry about. So that was my prediction. Good games. That's it.
What's your Red Fox?
Um,
Price entry, the
I'm
price
gonna
of entry,
low.
not a bundle, but just the price of entry, the lowest
I'm
price you have
gonna
to pay.
I'm gonna say 150 to 200. That's just for the basic model. No bells and whistles. Just the controller, the memory card, and of course the controller is really two controllers, but just the controller, memory card, stick, whatever. Maybe it comes with like it's equivalent to a Wii Sports. just to make things interesting. 150 to 200. 150 dream price for some people. 200 just to get it out on the people's shelves.
Okay. And Kenoshi, what's your price of entry for the Switch?
I think it'll be 250 to 300 as well. Just because Nintendo is usually pretty decent price tonight. So we're not gonna create a $5,000 powerhouse and anything that people want. If people want a $5,000 powerhouse for $400, it's ridiculous.
True. And Sprite, what about you? Price of entry.
I'm thinking 200, 250, and I believe it's going to be one SKU this time around. They come with bundles and stuff later on down the years.
No, when I say a bundle, I don't think it'll be like an official. It'll be like Nintendo will be like, "Hey, push these games. You can wrap them in a bundle to the retailers." But I don't think they'll do official bundles until later on.
Yeah,
but I think there might be a single SKU, and then like if you get this game with it, it'll be like $240 instead of $250 or $260.
Yeah.
That'll be the bundle.
Yeah, I see one SKU, and I think I believe the bundles will probably start this holiday season.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Gilligan?
For the price of the Switch, I think it's safe to say that it will definitely be around $250 or $300, basically.
Okay.
And I think there might be 2 SKUs, but that's just me.
Okay, we have quite a few guesses in the chat here. Metal Mint says $5.99 US. Of course, he's being pro with that PS3 price.
Yeah, I guess Reggie gonna tell us we need to work 2 jobs then.
Well, you are getting 2 consoles.
Well, and then Yin Yang Yao, he says his guess is $320. Eric Maverick, $350. Renegade Zero, $349.99. Santiago says $280 to $300. And the Yin Yang Yang says likely the deluxe edition of the Wii U price at the start, which I think was $350.
Mm-hmm.
Renegade was he's just $299 with a question mark. Fruit Puncher $399. That's actually a bit excessive in my opinion.
Oh, can I change my price? I had a revelation. I think it's going to be $420 because the Switch looks pretty dope.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's so bad, bro.
Wow.
That was bad. You should have stayed. You should have stayed.
It was worthwhile. It was worth going for.
You're going good so far, but you just brought yourself back down with that one.
I'm thinking. I think 250 is like the magic number because that's what the Wii launch was 250.
Yeah,
I can't. I wouldn't say it because if the Morpheus one is basically around $299, and that don't have a docking station or whatever. I'm thinking they're not gonna outcut that. So
yeah, I mean I think price wise, regardless of whatever it is, I think the sweet spot is going to be between 200 and 300, realistically speaking. And I think if they go for the higher end, like near 300, Nintendo's going to have to sell this thing. Like the hype is not going to have to be enough. They're really going to have to sell this thing to gamers and families and kids. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, that commercial, that presentation they didn't show any kids." Let me tell you something. A company, especially a toy company that doesn't appeal to children, is not a toy company that's going to be around for a long time. Remember with Tycho? Tycho's dead. Tycho doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
Also, I
didn't sell a single video game to a child this season. Not one.
Also, they need to. Another reason why I say 250 because they gotta think about Sony and Microsoft how they sell their consoles and what price. So they gotta have a good looking price.
No, I disagree with that, and here's why. Nintendo has always said they would never sell their shit at a loss. The Wii U was the only exception, but even then it wasn't sold at a loss. It sold at a profit when sold with one game, which, as Mr. T put in Juice is Loose, who's going to buy a console without buying a single game?
Exactly.
Want to watch Netflix.
So that's even when the Wii U launched.
Hey man, that was a low blow.
Whether an adult bought it or they bought it for a kid, you're going to at least buy one game with the system. More likely it was going to be one Nintendo game. So they made their money.
Plus,
and SK Master says $200 to $300. I can agree with that.
Yeah, like I'm saying, it's probably going to be. I mean, like I said, the pipe dream number would be 150, but that's pipe dream. Really, I think it's going to be someplace between 200 to 300, like somewhere between there. And I really do think they'll have 2 SKUs because, I mean, there's going to be some people that aren't going to want to pay for the quote unquote, are going to want a more budget thing. They want to get the games, but they don't want to spend, exorbitant amounts of money for it. So, whatever.
Now, who keeps What's that sound? It's like somebody rubbing something on a bottle or something.
Somebody's slurping a soda.
Yeah. That ain't me though.
Yes.
That ain't me.
Or somebody sound like freaking Darth Vader.
Yeah, that was me. Hey man, I've been watching a lot of stuff. Look, I told you I watched that damn movie 3 damn times. I mean, what can I say?
Got you.
All
Well,
right.
what about you, Doxy? You agree with everybody else?
All right. Well, I honestly think it's going to be 250 base. I can see that. Um, and I said it because although I know that at least I think this thing is essentially a Wii U fully realized. But since the technology is much cheaper now and they can pretty much put the power of Wii U in a tablet for on-the-go console gaming, I I do think they can launch it at a Wii price. I really do. Wii numbers, probably not. But I do think they can launch at a Wii price and make a killing. Because if you launch it higher than the Sony and Microsoft consoles right now, they're between $250 and $300. If you launch a couple to them, you have gamers even now saying, "Man, I can't justify buying a Wii U, even though I love Smash Bros. I love Splatoon. I can't see myself paying $300 for a Wii U. It's so underpowered." It's like, well, you love. So you have gamers there right now that say, "Why would I pay $300 for a Wii U when I can get a PS4 or Xbox One for $300 or even for 350?" They were saying this shit. Not it wasn't even because of the games. To them, it was like, okay, the Wii U has this much power. I can get way more powerful systems, way more flexible for the same, if not just $50 more. Shorten myself. So to me, I think Nintendo knows that they have to at least be right there at that point of the 250 $300 range. But I think 250 will make a killing because whatever Xbox launches this year, if it does launch this year, it won't be 250. Not if you're talking about 4K
No.
gaming. Even upscale 4K gaming, you're not gonna launch at 250.
That thing's gonna be
Whatever they got planned, it can't launch anything less than $300. It can't.
no. The Scorpio, from what they've been hyping this thing up to do, and like unless Microsoft wants to take another bath on consoles, it's gonna have to be 500 plus. I'm sorry.
If it does what they claim it's gonna do, it's gonna be the OGL price, hands down.
Then 800 because the Neo Geo was $800.
But
Oh,
depending on which one you bought, it was 1,000 in some places. But
Yeah,
I
that's
do
if you
think
had the premium one, but the base model was $800.
I do think 250 is that magical number. It worked out well for them before. The Wii
Mm-hmm.
U was their most expensive console, and they admitted that. So I don't think they're going to go back that route. I think they designed the Switch to be not only efficient and portable, but cheap at the same time. The same way how the Wii U uses less power than the Wii.
Yep.
So to me, they're not going to hit 350 again because that didn't work out so well for them with the Wii U. It didn't. I think that price point itself kind of scared it. Even though the Switch may be worth it, I think that
I
price
don't.
point.
I disagree with you just because I disagree with you on that because of the Nelson report and internal documents show that it wasn't a price point. Really, it was just because why would you buy $450 console then or
I guess
$500
I can.
console?
I think no matter what I think with the Switch, and this is just my own personal take. Like as we all know, anyone who actually knows anything about the video game industry, the money isn't in the consoles. Like I mean, this goes back to Nintendo's core philosophy way back in the day. They don't look. They just want you to buy their box to play their games. The money is in the software. So basically, as long as they either break even or make us a decent profit on the hardware, and they can sell you their games, they're fine. And since they're going back to cartridges, I mean, yeah, it's proprietary, but I mean, they're cartridges, and the technology for cartridges has gotten really, really, really cheap. I think that I mean, like software-wise, I think that's where they're going to really make the killings. That's what I think. And when you factor in the virtual console, which it obviously will have virtual console on it, plus Amiibo because it will be Amiibo compatible. I think this could be one of their most profitable consoles yet, because you don't know what other little accoutrement. Even though some people consider what was it, gimmicks as a negative thing, even though every console has a gimmick. Period.
No, you're right.
All right. Well, now the next topic. Anyone else got anything about? Did I get everyone? It's price point.
Yep.
Okay, just making sure. I think I have for today, and of course it's typical. I won't lie about that. What is your most anticipated game of 2017? And likely you can go first.
Anticipate. If I had to tell,
I know most of you got. I know most of you gonna say Breath of the Wild. So I mean, shit. Man.
no, it's not. You know what? You know what? I can't. Let's put it this way. I don't have them anticipated because I played most of the games that I'm looking forward to. So I said what I'm looking forward to see what happened would be Zero Dot or Dreams from Media from Media Molecule. Because I played Zelda. I didn't play Nier, but I played Zelda and I played Scalebound. So
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Kenoshi?
I'll say Breath of the Wild. I don't know. Everybody talks about how this is the year gaming's going to be great. And always disappointed, always let down. I'm just going to say Breath of the Wild. Put it on a company I know it's pretty decent games.
Okay.
And for Mass Effect, that looks and,
All right. What about you, Gilligan?
Oh man, it's it feels like it's something that I should wait until the Switch event, but I think as of right now, it's Breath of the Wild. It's truly,
All right.
it's too easy, way too easy up to this point right now.
And you, Red Fox?
Okay, I know this would be. It's too easy to go with Breath of the Wild because we know that game's going to be good. Okay, so I'm not going to say Breath of the Wild, even though we know that game's going to be good. I'm taking it off the table. I'm going to go with a third-party game that no one's even mentioned called Agents of Mayhem. It's being made by Volition Studios.
No, I know about that game.
For Deep Silver, it's set in the Saints Row universe, but it's not a Saints Row game. So, I'm looking forward to that game because I recently over my holiday vacation when I wasn't out of the country, I was playing Saints Row 3 and 4 and 2. And those games are so damn fun. They're what GTA 5 should have been, but okay, maybe not 4, but Saints Row 3 is what GTA 5 should have been emulating, and instead we just got like this boring ass whatever. And so seeing them making another game that's tangentially related to that franchise makes me happy.
Okay. What about you, Sprite? Remix, and don't say Mario Maker on Switch.
No, aside from Breath of the Wild, Sonic Mania, basically the two Sonic games, Sonic Mania and whatever Project Sonic 2017 is.
Yeah.
I think
pretty good. I can admit that.
I think Freedom Planet 2 is coming out this year.
Yeah.
I think
Awesome.
the demo is
Yeah,
coming out in
Freedom Planet 2.
January, or the demo is supposed to be out in January on Steam, but I don't know if it's going to hit this year.
Okay.
I don't know how long. We have to see how far it is in, but the demo's out this month on Steam apparently.
Right.
So.
Pikmin for the 3DS that comes out this year, and believe it or not, Ukulele.
Yay!
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Perry fan? What is your most anticipated game this year?
Well, the obligatory Zelda boys in the wild, and the new 3D Mario, even though we don't know much about, I'm anticipated to learn more about it. Not the game itself, but I'm anticipated to learn more about it in the coming weeks. But other than that, ukulele, hey, yay! I'm excited for ukulele. And then third party, like big third party game would be like on like my PS4, would be Neo, the Team Ninja game that they've been working on since like PS3. There's been like a couple of betas that they've had on PS4. It's basically Dark Souls-ish, but a lot more combo heavy and a lot more faster paced, set in mythical historical Japan, where you play William, can't remember his last name. He was the first Western samurai, and you go through Japan. You fight like bandits and other samurai, but you also fight like big onis and cursed people. And it's really fun. The demos were really good. They made improvements from the first to the second, and I'm really excited for it. It looks really fun, and more people should really know about it because it looks fun.
Okay.
NIOH, if you want to look it up. There's a lot of it on YouTube and stuff. So.
That sounds
for me, I'm going to be a Sony pony. And for me, it's actually Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm looking forward to that game. I'm hoping it is everything they made it out to be. I'm hoping it lives up to the hype. I'm a little worried because, I mean, is it made by the same folks that make Killzone, Guerrilla Games?
I have a fear that it's going to have the trademarked AAA controversial release. Like I have a fear, and Terminator Juice talked about this, and I have it more and more the more I see games doing this. Is like I have a fear there's going to be a big discrepancy between the Pro version and the regular 4 version.
Yep.
And there's going to be some big DLC pre-order thing, and but it's like the game itself. Other than that bullshit, I agree with you. It looks really fun.
Yes, I'm hoping.
It looks beautiful.
I'm hoping it does turn out great. It looks great thus far. It has been up to this point. So I'm hoping it continues and lives up to what it's built up thus far.
Hey, if you don't have a Pro, you better get one because that game's gonna be gimped on you.
I ain't fucking no Pro. I'm not getting a Pro. I got a PS4 Slim on Black Friday with three games. Ratchet and Clank, Last of Us Remastered, which I'm going to sell. And because I already I got it on the PS3, and also Uncharted 4. I got that for $212. So I'm not going to a Pro. I never saw the point of the Pro. I don't see a need for it. And to me, $200 for a PS4 Slim with 3 games, you can't beat that. That was a steal. To me, that was a steal. Doing it only cost $300 more. It was a steal.
Dr. Feelgood, if I were you, I would rather stick with the PS3 Slim. I mean, not PS3, PS4 Slim. PS4 Slim.
Yeah, I'm not getting a Pro. I have no interest.
The fact that, and from what I've heard, that the PS4 Pro, that the PS4 games that does not run properly on the however, if they're not supported by the Pro, they will run worse.
Yeah, I know. I made a meme about it. I said, making pretty games look prettier and making good games run shittier.
And here's my question though, like
the PS4 Pro is so popular, we had someone trade it in.
Yeah, but here's my question. People are saying, well, games will run worse on the OG PS4. But, I mean, since the PS3, since the 7th gen, we've had games that were gimped as all get out on consoles. So just because it's it's prettier on the next, like a minor tweak upgrade of the same generation console doesn't necessarily, I mean, that's not a new thing. This is what gamers have been going through for the last 2 gens. So why, I mean, you're just going to be playing a slightly different version of a game. Like instead of it being locked at 60 frames, it'll be variable 30 to 40.
Yeah, it's It's just it's the same old bullshit, different name. That's all it is.
Exactly. So I mean, look, if you can get yourself a PS4 cheap, go for it. If those games are exciting for you, go for it. I mean,
Yeah. I just hope the discrepancy is more Pokemon Sun and Moon differences. Like when it comes to like 3DS, new 3DS, where it's just like basically load times and resetting it, and not Legends differences. That's all I hope.
Well, does anyone else have anything quick they want to bring up before we tie this thing up? I don't care if you troll or whatever, but anyone else, I shouldn't even say that, but go ahead.
Overhyped game of 2016 to me.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Go ahead.
I think a part of it is probably a bit of jealousy because I want to like this game, but I know I will not like it, and that is Overwatch. I think it's a little bit overhyped, just a tad bit.
A little bit?
Just a tad bit.
Overwatch won Game of the Year at the VGAs, remember?
that doesn't mean anything. Street Fighter 5 fighting game of the year at the VGAs.
Before we get
wow.
That means nothing.
Okay, never mind. But
I find it offensive when people say that game is like Splatoon. It's not. Splatoon was a complete game at day one. It had a single player, it had a multiplayer, and an online. This game only has online. And it actually has interesting characters that I want to know more about. No friggin' single player so I can have their stories. I got to play through this shitty online. Sorry.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I do. I like to at least give my case on why I believe it's a little overrated. Not that I hate the game. I like the game. Like it's given me a lot of good hentai fan art to follow and find. But other than that,
too much information.
But no, like it really does have like interesting characters and a really robust roster, and it looks really fun. But I'm hearing echo, and I don't like the sound of my own voice. Okay. But anyway, I think it's just a little overhyped. For one, it is a first-person game, not my cup of tea. That's a me problem. I know that. Second, it's a first-person game, and you have these amazing characters and all these really cool animations, but you're in first person. So it's just you're playing as a camera, not a character. But anyway. Second, it's an always online game. It's only playable online. There is no story mode whatsoever. But that led to the fans really giving these characters character in their own way and really good with that. But I don't like how they're splitting up. Hey, you want to know more about the lore of this place? Here, buy the comics. Go to our website at www.overwatch.blizzard.com. Get your parents' permission before going online. That kind of stuff. Two, this is just a little nitpick bugging thing, but the commercials are so misleading. They show all the commercials are just the CG cutscenes that they've released. So it's given the impression that there is a big epic story mode with these characters when there really is nothing. There's just online multiplayer.
That's true.
Are you saying a third screw it, I'll say third-party company is BSing their customers? Blasphemy!
No, this isn't just any. This is the lovely, the holy, can't do no wrong Blizzard. PC Master Race represent, I guess. I don't know what they do. But anyway, and then here's another one. Everyone gets mad at big $60 AAA games that you pay $6, and then in the game there's microtransactions where you have to pay even more money. As Jim Sterling puts it, a freemium game. It's free, but you have to pay a premium price. And Overwatch does this too. Battlefield 1 does it with these crates. Overwatch does it with these crates, from what I gather. And yeah, you can get them in game, I believe, somehow with some in-game currency, and that's how you get like skins and emotes and different sprays. Yeah, and you can spend real money on it. But it's like spending real money on a pack of Pokemon cards. You never know what you're going to get. So you could spend all the money and still get
a box of chocolates.
Pokemon cards is people. But anyway, you never know what's actually. You could get copies of stuff, but no one brings up that Battlefield, like if Battlefield does it, or like if Call of Duty did it with Modern Warfare Remastered did it, like all these big evil monstrous third-party AAA publishers putting microtransactions in our $60 games. But Overwatch does it. Oh, that's a poor misunderstood baby. Look at my little Tracer. Oh, she's got a nice butt. Oh, look at that. Yay. Go Blizzard. You're being social justice. Which I have no problems with, but like it's just it's the perfect child that can do no wrong sometimes. And that just bugs me a little bit. But I still love the art, and like the game looks fun and frantic, but I'd rather just watch the single player. And like that's the game of the year. That's a game that's going to only last 5 to 6 years until they make a sequel and they say, "Oh yeah, we're going to shut down the servers for the original game." So if you guys want to play it, like you could make your own server, but we're probably going to shut it down like we did with our World of Warcraft vanilla version. But you know, Blizzard.
Anyone else has a game outside of Overwatch that they felt was overhyped?
Uncharted 4. I think the Uncharted series.
Oh yeah.
Love the wordplay. Overwatch, overhyped. Gosh.
You know what?
It's a little lazy, but I can dig it.
For you, but I will say this. I've seen many YouTube video reviews and read a lot of reviews and seen, even Google Plus comments and stuff. I can say it's very, very split. Those that love the Uncharted franchise love it. And then there are those that like the Uncharted franchise, and they say that, oh yeah, I think it's a good game. I think Uncharted 2 is better.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have those that say, oh, I think Uncharted 3 was better. But to me, it was just very split. Like there are those that just they eat Sony's shit directly from the ass, and it's like, this is the best game. It's the best Uncharted. But those that really do love Uncharted, like that love the franchise, have loved it since the first game, they all say they think 2 is better, or the best of the series. They think it's a good game, but it's less gameplay. And I'm like, how can you have these two completely opposite views? And both of them claim to be Uncharted fans, but it's like, okay.
Once again, you're applying logic. Logic does not apply in the gaming sphere. Get your shit together and realize facts.
I mean,
it kind of reminds me of the Super Smash Brothers fan base.
Oh God! Don't get me started on that.
I really want to play and get Uncharted 4, but my experience with the series was when I got a PS3 about 3 summers ago, when I was working at school and had excess money. I'm like, I'll buy a PS3 because PS4 is not backwards compatible. And there's some games I'd like to play. I got like all 3 Uncharted games. They were all under $6 each. So when Uncharted 4 is the same price as a movie ticket, then I'll probably play it.
I'll say something that I feel is overrated that came out this year, and I know some people are going to curse me out about it, but I don't care. The Last Guardian.
I don't think that got overrated.
Yeah,
I think it got overrated in its release, but then people were like,
I think it was
it's
overhyped.
an okay game.
Not really overhyped.
I'm going to tell you why I think it was overrated in my mind. And I know some people might get mad at me when I say this, but I don't care. The problem with this game is that when you really think about it, is that this game was originally made to be on the PS2. It was supposed to be a direct sequel to Shadow of the Colossus. And this game has been in development hell for that long. And it feels like it. And you play it and you're like, okay, really? I could see why Sony did not release this game, like why they put it in development hell. They should have just cut this game off and never even mentioned it and just quietly because here's the thing about that guy's games. They get hyped up by a very small minority. Various websites are like, yeah, this game's genius, but then they lose so much money for Sony, it's not even funny. So it's like...
Jack Snake said just red box it. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you could do that.
I think he's talking about Overwatch though. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Can you red box Overwatch?
Can you even red box that?
Yeah,
you can.
That makes no sense.
I think you can because I have seen it on the front thing. But yeah, you can. Why would you Redbox any modern game these days if you don't have internet?
Yeah.
Of course,
And SK
there are people who
Massive,
buy games who don't have internet.
and SK
A lot of
Massive, said that on 24 is overhyped too.
Okay,
I've had to turn it. I'm
I
sorry.
have to say this, or you could take it the wrong way, but
Don't
I
have internet.
swear most of the gamers smoke a dotish. The Caribbean folk know what I mean. I guess the translation would be y'all so damn stupid that let it that alone. All right,
Oh, someone said surprised they didn't mention Final Fantasy 15.
see, I wasn't going to mention 15 because 15 actually turned out to be a relatively good game. I
Red
wouldn't.
Fox, Red Fox.
I don't think it's. Oh, okay. Let him rant. Go.
All I'm gonna say about this, all I'm gonna say about it is this: the game
Oh,
reminds me of a modern take of Mystic Quest. There you go.
Wow.
Now, here's the
I
thing:
don't know how to take that.
I don't hate Mystic Quest. I really don't.
No, that's what I'm
But
saying.
if you-
Like, I don't know how to take that.
But
That
if
could
you've
go
played
any
Mystic
direction.
Quest, if you've played Mystic Quest and then you play Final Fantasy 15, you'll realize how much shit that Mystic Quest and Final Fantasy 15 have in common. It's like, wait a second. Okay.
Dude, don't kill the hype. I haven't even gotten the game yet, dude.
Well,
I was looking to
You'll
get it
find
this
out.
month, if not next month.
you'll find out
You
soon.
told me. Oh, well, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I initially had a lot of misgivings, and any game. Yeah, let's not talk about the superior quality of third parties, especially when the game takes forever to come out. I agree with that. But I've heard left and right, and some of them from people I actually trust their opinions, where it's not as bad as I initially thought. So I'm trying to be positive,
It's not
but I
terrible.
do understand.
well,
Huh?
hold on. Yin Yang called it Final Fantasy Cross Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, it's look. The game is not terrible, but like, okay, if you're going into this game thinking that it's basically going to be a return to form, like it's going to be like the Square
Oh no,
Enix
no,
Square
it's not.
Soft.
Oh, it's not.
No,
It,
no.
honestly,
You
the
didn't take
truth is,
that.
this shit is everything I hate about RPGs to some extent.
Yeah, you
I'm
basically
old
need
school
to
to the
take.
core. You know me.
Yeah, you need to take that idea because people have been saying, "Oh man, this is Square. This is a return to form for SquareSoft."
No,
No,
it's
it
not.
ain't.
No, it's not.
No.
This goes Squeenix. They're not. If you want a taste of SquareSoft, you get the mobile game. You get,
And that's about as close as
dude.
you're gonna
Seriously,
get.
no, seriously. As much as you hate on this game, download Brave Exvius and play it. Just an hour or two.
I would,
You
but I
don't have
have a
to spend.
shitty
You don't
cell
have.
phone. It won't run on my cell phone. I have a really shitty cell phone.
What about a tablet?
I
You
don't
don't
have
have
a
a tablet?
Nope. I got a shit. I might be able
You
to.
should, dude. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I don't say it's the best game ever, but give it a try. It
Yeah,
really does pay homage to us who love Super NES RPGs.
I might be able to emulate it on my. I might be able to emulate it. But that's about it.
Well, I'm not gonna say to do so. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But give it a try. That's all I'm
Okay.
saying.
All
It's
right.
better than you people give it credit for.
All right.
All right, well, we'll end it here, but I do want to mention one more, and this is mentioned by Renegade Zero in the chat. In regards to this topic, he said that he mentioned Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was a part of the overhype. I think that game was not hyped at
It
all.
wasn't
In fact, that game
overhyped.
was bland.
It was banned.
It had the
I have
most,
mixed
it had the
feelings
most
about it, but I've heard it's
downloads.
better than a lot of us give it credit for.
Well, I heard the campaign is the best it's been in a while, but not the game itself.
Okay.
But I've also heard the opposite. I've heard some people say the campaign was awful to them, and of course, it boils down to preference. It really
That
does.
goes
If you
back
like,
down to onions, though.
because to me, I
Everybody
agree
have
with Liger.
different onions.
I think like Liger, he enjoyed the Black Ops 2 story, and so did I. I loved it, but I know
Same
people
here.
that said they couldn't
Ditto.
stand it. They couldn't stand it. So it boils down to preference. But yeah, but
We all have
overall, I
different
think
onions.
Overwatch was the most overhyped game out there. It didn't deserve a damn award at all, but it won 5 of them, I think.
I think it was overhyped to some extent, but I've never played the game, so I can't pass
Same
judgment on
here.
something I haven't
I think it's
experienced.
I think from someone looking on the outside, it's overhyped. But if I played, I would probably see some of it.
Is that a vacuum?
There we go. Some of its redeeming qualities, but again, it's first person, always online, so not my thing. But the concept is really cool. Although it has started this whole influx of let's make a character shooter. Maybe that will help us sell our game.
Well, maybe Overwatch will pull a Titanfall 2, and the sequel will have both the campaign, fleshed out multiplayer, and be better all around. So if that happens, I'll buy it. But
I'll look into it.
Just like Titanfall, I didn't get the first one because they said it was all only online. So I said no, but I bought the second one, and to me, from what I've seen, even when I've seen the first one, it is better all around. So I think it's worth it. It's gonna flop sales wise, but that's part of the reason I got it because I know it's a better game because it didn't sell well. In today's gaming world, good shit don't sell. Typically, it does not sell.
That is horrifying.
Well, except for Street Fighter 5.
No, Street Fighter 5 flopped. Dude, it only sold a million in the first month.
Yeah.
After the first month, it's only sold 100,000 copies. Total.
No. What I meant that Street Fighter 5 is one of the few bad games that flopped. One of the few bad games.
It didn't flop. You're right. It did flop. But to me, most good games that come out today, they flop sales wise. Token Mirage Sessions, that is a great JRPG. Sales wise, overall, they probably made their money off. So I'm pretty sure they made a profit. But sales wise, it flops. Xenoblade Chronicles is a great JRPG, but it's not going to sell Final Fantasy 15 numbers.
Yeah.
Nope.
It deserves to sell Final Fantasy 7 numbers, but it's not. Color Splash, that's a great game, but it's not going to outsell, other games in the, in the market, in their franchise. It's not. It's just the way it is. Titanfall 2 is not going to move the same units as the first one. It's not going to move Overwatch numbers. It's not going to move Destiny numbers.
Hell, can I even add one more thing? Metroid Prime Federation Force. It's actually in my opinion, it's the best shooter on the 3DS ever. It flopped because oh my god, so the Metroid I wanted. When?
That's
just
how
like the other Metroid Primes, it didn't sell well.
Let me just say this one thing, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. If Federation Force is in the Metroid they want, then what damn Metroid was it that they want? Because Metroid Prime 2 Echoes came out. Echoes is better than the first one. They didn't buy that. Metroid Prime 3 Corruption came out. 3 is better than the first two. They didn't buy that. Other M, we know they didn't buy that. So what fucking Metroid game do they want?
Okay. Honestly, we'll wrap it up, man. You sound a little upset.
Actually, I do want to say my overhyped game of 2016. I say this because it's most overhyped game. I was about to say that. I would say to make a choice, it would be like a certain console that I would say. But I'm gonna go with a game, and honestly, the most overhyped game, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, is Pokemon Go. Clearly the most, it is clearly really, 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 really overhyped. And granted, I used to be in the bandwagon of Pokemon Go, the Pokemon Go craze. But then that shit got extremely repetitive. The game itself was
game's not good.
Really,
it's a good experience.
It's very
and fun and an interesting concept, but it's not a good game.
The game was designed for those that really hadn't experienced Pokemon before.
I think the problem that happened there, and that's Nintendo delving in a realm they're not familiar with, is they let Niantic have too much say in regards to how it was going to be released.
And they didn't have enough.
The game has actually gotten a lot better in the last couple of weeks. I've never given up on the game, but I have been frustrated and pulled away.
Yeah, they didn't have enough content at the start.
The content is what killed the game.
Yeah,
the concept is on point.
Yeah.
The content and the BS behind it is what murdered the game
Exactly.
itself.
Yep.
Yeah, and also on top of that, like, it's I can't really play the game without running out of my what is this data. Like, I don't want to be using up all my data because unfortunately I'm stuck with AT&T, not T-Mobile.
But it's not. Believe it or not, it's not that data intensive. I'm surprised that's an issue in this day and age.
No, it's
You have an
battery
issue with
intensive. That's what it is.
it's what?
It's battery intensive. It
Yeah,
kills your
yeah.
phone.
You need
It'll
good
drain you
batteries.
better.
That's the truth. You need batteries for that game. It's annoying. I'm glad I got one of the better batteries, so I don't have the issue as much as other people do. But I can still tell my battery drains faster than it should have in general when I'm playing the game.
Yeah.
The point is, the concept is perfect. The execution is garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I totally agree. Totally agree on that.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and end it here, guys. I do want to thank you all for, coming tonight, especially those that had to leave early. I know Andre of Jewel Archon. Be sure, listeners, you guys check him out. He's one of the few people I know that doesn't write about bullshit. His articles are down to earth, and they go merely on facts. And definitely, just check him out.
You're not allowed. You can't say that. Nobody speaks facts anymore.
That's a
Wait,
dirty word.
But
Dirty word.
who's the person that you're promoting to?
look him up on Google Plus. He's Andre Walker, and of Jewel Archon WordPress. You've probably seen his blogs a few times that I've shared, but
I
yeah,
think
I think I
so.
even shared one a couple of days ago. But yeah, check him out, dude. He's real good. And also, Live Up in Duo. I know he probably had to dip out early because he's always, but
Yeah.
definitely check out his LBC and the Ncast and all the other segments he have. But definitely, but go ahead, guys, and give your sign offs, and you can go first, Gilligan.
All right, this is Gilligan Stash, and to make even more jealous of me and envious of me, aside from Breath of the Wild, I am definitely going to that Switch either private event or the public event. So yeah, I'm going to be trying out the Nintendo Switch.
All right.
Lies. Shut your face.
I'm so jelly, man. I really am. Lucky bastard. All right, next up, Kenoshi.
Hello, this is Kanashi Bonita here with a message to all the big YouTubers saying when the gravy train comes to a screeching halt, I'll be there with a bag of popcorn and a smile.
You bastard.
I know what you're referring to, but I'm not going to touch that. Go ahead, Red Fox.
It's me, Mr. Red Fox, owner, proprietor of BS Busters. I don't. I have a BS
One of
Busters.
my favorite YouTube series. Sorry.
I do have some BS Buster stuff coming out this Saturday. A brand new one. I also have some content coming throughout January and February, so look forward to that. That's it.
All right. And Perry fan?
What up? It's Perry Fan, just a random citizen of the internet. I don't got no fancy YouTubers thisness, but you can follow me on Twitter for witty comments and replies to Nintendo news and whatnot. I'm currently playing through the Ezio collection of 2, and I just moved on to Brotherhood. I've been sharing some videos and screenshots with some more than witty dialogue and commentary on the game and how it's aged and stuff. So, follow me at shaking cereal boxes at shaky cereal boxes at twitter.com apparently, or whatever that is. But no, you can follow me at perryfan74 on Twitter. You can also follow me on Tumblr where I reblog a lot of fan art and also do rant posts when anything bothers me. And yeah, that's basically me on everything. Miiverse, PSN, all that kind of stuff. But
All right.
yeah.
Next up, Shep.
What's good, yo? I'm the Good Shepherd. I'm the gaming advocate. I believe in gaming. It's a wonderful hobby, and I'm going to prove to the world that it's a wonderful hobby. Because the misconception about us ain't cool. 2017 is going to be a good year, y'all. I game on everything. Sadly, I've been gaming mobile the most of late. But we'll fix that. Switch, you're the remedy. Let's do this, Nintendo.
Yep.
All right. And I'm your humble host, Dr. Feelgood. I want to thank all the viewers for tuning in. You guys have been great. If I didn't get to your comment in the chat, I do apologize. I will do my best. Do better next time. I will have about 3 or 4 video prescriptions coming through that I've been topics down. I just hadn't had time. I was out. I was on family vacation for about 2 weeks, but they should be coming down the pipeline within the next week or so. So be on the lookout for those. Also, be sure to check out Sprite Remix, who had to leave early as well. He's been lighting up the chat. Um,
Translation, the Mario whore. Sorry.
and, and as I said, be sure to check out Andre of Jular Khan, Liger Bin Duo, and all these guys here. Pretty much most of them here have their own podcasts and things they do. But yeah, until next time, catch you guys later. Keep it gaming. And for the big YouTubers out there bitching about money, kiss my ass.
Happy New Year!